Hey.
Start going here. Woo. Woo. Log me in. I gotta take my glove off to type in my password. Shit. Ah. Alright. Fuck. It's so cold in here. It's okay. We'll make it through it. We'll make it through. Anyway, welcome back to the Bullsmack, everybody. I'm your host, Jibber Jabber Jared, aka Prevalent Mind. And on today's show, we'll rate and review the new Netflix documentary, Don't Fuck with Cats. Since it's Santa time, I'll be exploring my Christmas list this year to balance out today's content with some warm and fuzzies. And then we'll close our show with what everybody's mad at today. Currently, I'm looking at the critical reaction following the first screenings of Rise of Skywalker, and it's not going well. After 215 pro-critic reviews, the final installment of the Star Wars saga stands at a paltry 59%, making it the worst live-action Star Wars film ever, and it doesn't even have a toxic fan base to blame it on. Like, what's it going to be like once the audience reviews get in there? And that will be for a future episode, as we'll have to wait for it to play out, because I haven't seen the movie. I have to see the movie before I can review it. It's fun to watch everybody else shit on it, though. What can you do? But with that said, welcome to today's Bullsmack, everybody. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Bullsmack. It is freezing in the studio today, so bear with me. I'm going to try and rush through this as fast as possible so I can get back to a nice hot cup of tea. First up, now premiering on Netflix, comes a limited documentary series that follows an internet community's worldwide search for a cat killer. A cat killer who was relentlessly pursued for 3 months in real time as his online crimes escalated to the ultimate. Many young Canadians may forget, but this is the type of stuff that made SJWs mad on the internet before YouTube and Twitter's terms of service turned you all into a hate mob of bitter, nasty little fascistic assholes. So, it's only right that the creators of this documentary remind the world of how fucked in the head Luka Magnotta Jr. was. Yes, it's hard to imagine a time when filming yourself vacuum sealing kittens to death in plastic bags was a level of criminality worse than dead naming someone, or having to enter a re-education camp because you used the wrong pronoun. But hey, that time did exist, and Don't Fuck with Cats reminds us all too well of what true social media justice was like before the whiny, sensitive crybabies got their hands on a keyboard and began to investigate thought crime for the word police. Alright, so let's go ahead and light up 4 out of 5 Bullsmack bulbs for Don't Fuck with Cats. Look, I'm not happy that as of late I've been playing fast and loose with the Bullsmack bulbs. It's not my fault that currently I only watch good stuff. I wish I was watching some lousy bad stuff because I would much rather be ranting and raving and making fun of things. But hey, when I see something well done, and I see it with these eyes and I hear it with these ears, when it comes time to talk out this ass, I gotta say my truth, and the truth is, it's well done. It's good documentary. So 4 out of 5 Bullsmack bulbs. Filmmakers have chosen the perfect interview subjects to throw viewers into the chase for Luka Magnotta, while providing us with the best footage and coverage available to guide us through this downward journey. A journey which was a 3-month viral spiral. You like that one? I like that one. To stop a psychopath who taunted his pursuers with an escalation of online crimes in a narcissistic quest for fame and notoriety. Speaking of which, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I too am allegedly pursuing notoriety and fame. I mean, whatever I can do to get more views. If you want me to shotgun Baby Yoda into that wall, I'll do it if it means I get more views. I'm not afraid of negative energy. Attention is attention, okay? I'll even do worse than that. I'll totally do worse than that. fuck do you still have soup? Such a ridiculously tiny cup. So the limited series is a welcome and top-tier addition to Netflix's extensive true crime catalog. It may even be integral and seminal viewing for a modern society constantly locked into the Matrix, choosing to play the majority of their lives out online. This series shows how psychos work in real time. This is how they work in the internet age. Here we are bearing witness to how the quest for online fame and a following led to the murder and dismemberment of a foreign student just trying to live his best life. Trying to find himself before his dismembered body parts were put through the mail service. Like, I can't even trust Canada Post to give me my Indiegogo comic book orders on time, or at all. And back, less than a decade ago, the Conservative Party got this poor man's foot, and the Liberal Party got his hand. Canada Post had no problem delivering that. Jesus, maybe that's why they downplay one of the most relevant crimes in social media history of the last decade. This is one of the most infamous crimes, and they just pushed it under the rug. Why? Because you can't politicize it. I guarantee you the Conservative Party, when they got that foot, was hoping that this guy was a far-left whack job. And I guarantee you the Liberal Party was thanking the loving, lucky fuck that they were targeted to. They couldn't divide up this issue. It's bipartisan crime. What do? You can't blame anybody. You can't blame the left or the right for this one, and that's why crimes like this get swept under the rug until Netflix decides to do a 3-part documentary about it. That's what documentaries are meant to do. Even if you take someone's side, you still have to show all sides of the story to make a successful piece. I can't stress this enough for filmmakers out there that just love taking one side and not exploring the rest. Glossing over one side so it makes your side look really, really good. Who cares? We're shown what true online evil looks like on the internet. And I'm telling you right now, it's not Ricky Gervais's Twitter account. It's not Dave Chappelle's stand-up routines. It's like torturing animals on the dark web for money. I think that should get a boost over, Ricky Gervais making a trans joke. I'm just saying. There's different degrees. There's different degrees of crime. I know Matt Damon got his asshole ripped open for saying that, but there is a level of crime. I would rate torturing animals for money on the dark web up here. Just underneath, murder, which is right there. And then way down at the bottom right here is words that make you feel bad. Just saying. Different degrees of internet online crime here. This documentary subtly reflects the truth that the current media wrapped in a cape of identity politics won't admit. And that is, both heroes and villains exist in every facet of the human spectrum. Imagine that! There's pieces of shit everywhere. There's good pieces of shit everywhere. And they all have labels. No matter what you label somebody, I can point out a piece of shit that's a member to that label. Funny how the world works. Funny how real life works. Not this lovely social media world, but the real world. The media may say, believe all women, right? But then the real world gives us Karla Homolka and Casey Anthony. The media can say only black people are victimized by ill-trained police forces, but then the real world gives us Making a Murderer and that crying kid that got riddled with bullets because he couldn't do the hokey pokey and turn himself around fast enough. The media can say that all gay people are just pride and love. And then the real world gives us the party monster murders and Luka Magnotta. Documentaries such as this do a great job tracking real-world killers without politicizing the actions. And that's the key word here is actions, not his words, his actions. Action should be the defining factor of attributions for us all. Luka said very little. It was his actions online that started this movement, that started the investigation into trying to find this man. It was his actions that captivated and stirred a diverse online community from all walks of life into trying to take down a madman motivated by notoriety and fame, which his online pursuers provide him with. Unwillingly, they didn't know, but, chasing after him is exactly why he kept up committing crimes. it's a catch-22 if there ever was one. You want to stop a murderer, but all the attention you give him trying to stop him is what fuels his desire to commit crimes. Ugh. Don't want to say anything more because I want you to experience this for yourselves. But if you're not hooked into this thing at least within 30 minutes of the first episode, then you might have to admit that true crime isn't for you. It's a really dense, well-investigated documentary, and it deserves its 4 out of 5 Bullsmack bulbs. Now that we talked about some horrible shit, let's bring ourselves back down to base and let's discuss what I would like for Christmas. And they're all animals. Yay! For Christmas, I want a Frenchie with mood swings and a singing voice like Walter Jeffrey.
Walter, you're getting me in trouble. Walter, stop embarrassing me again.
I want a raccoon with mad skills playing the water harp. And I still want an African albino pygmy hedgehog, even though they don't do anything besides look cute while curled into a ball and only come to life with the promise of a squirmy mealworm. I want an eagle that can pick up the feral cats that are pissing in my hedges, and I want a monkey that reacts to magic.
You crazy guy.
I loves me some warm and fuzzies, I do. But see, we're on the Bullsmack roller coaster, so we just went down and then we went up, and now we gotta go back down again. How do we go back down again? Is our segment, What's Everybody Mad At Today? What's everybody mad at today? They're mad at American impeachment. That's cool. We're all highly paid politicians, so it makes sense that we're wasting all of our short lives fighting battles taxpayers pay us to fight so they can live their lives from ballot box to ballot box while ignoring all of the loud, obnoxious bullshit that happens in between election periods. Oh, those wonderful people that aren't politicians must be living the life. Not having to talk about this shit every single day and get mad at people every single day and just have people living rent-free in their mind every single day. I mean, it must really be great for the people that aren't politicians, seeing how we're all politicians living this life. You know, it must be great for like the 2% of people who aren't paid politicians in this world. But anyway, let's break this down. These emojis hate this emoji. This emoji calls this emoji and wants this emoji on these emojis. These emojis then said that this emoji was withholding this emoji from this emoji. So this emoji would do this emoji. These emojis didn't want this emoji doing this emoji because their favorite emoji was part of this emoji. So these emojis impeached this emoji, and now this emoji is no longer looking for this emoji on these emojis. I don't know if you were listening from home and you couldn't see the visual aids there, just know that it was fucking hysterical. You should be laughing and giving me a round of clapter so you can fit in with all the cool kids. Alright, so now, since this is the Bull Smack, let's smack that bull and see if anybody gets riled up. It's what we like to do here on the Bull Smack, is food for thought. So here's a fuzzy peach for you. What if Joe Biden was president right now, and he asked the Ukrainian president to fulfill the election promise he made to his own people to fight political corruption? Corruption that may include the dirty dealings of one Donald J. Trump. The Ukrainian president tells Joe Biden that their investigation has been long underway because they want to uphold their promise to their people, a people that rely on foreign aid paid in tax dollars and approved by Joe Biden. This corrupt investigation found out that Donald Trump Jr. got a highly paid position with a Ukrainian oil company when the only reference he had was from his daddy, Donald Trump. But then, out of nowhere, Donald Trump begins to run for president. The corruption investigation is halted, called bribery of a foreign nation, and now Joe Biden has been impeached for investigating a political rival. Ooh. It's amazing what free-thinking ideas one comes up with when putting the shoe on the other foot. Oh my God. All of what is going on right now is the last season of Game of Thrones. Okay, you're all getting your hopes up just so the writers can half-ass the ending and fuck over their fans while receiving tons of praise for virtue signaling to the elites and the politically polarized. It's like Trump isn't being arrested. He's not being dragged out of the White House by his comb-over while the people of Washington, D.C. beat him to death like Gaddafi in a desert. Right here, it says he got impeached in the House, he gets acquitted in the Senate, and now he looks poised to be the first impeached president to be elected for a second term. Didn't exactly go the way the media was telling you it was gonna go, did it? Again, this isn't the first time. It's like I'm confused as to how unbiased media continues to be wrong about these things. So I hope everyone at home enjoyed the last 3 years constantly screaming out the words impeach that prick. It wasn't a waste of time or anything. In fact, it gave you 3 years worth of the kind of attention that people like Luka Magnotta Jr. would be jealous of. Bam, that's a bull smack. Anyway, the only thing this process has shown voters is that a political party just wasted 3 years of history funding an unsuccessful political coup with no evidence, no criminal charges, using taxpayer money because some people couldn't accept the results of a democratic election. It's like the only power we hold over our politicians is the power of the vote. That's the only way we can hold politicians accountable. That's our power. And we only get to exercise this power at election times. It's not a good look. It's not a good look from any political party to show voters who are afraid of fascism that anytime the government chooses to, it can remove and take away our only power. Like, do you want to be powerless? Like this stuff right here, this type of history leads to people not being able to choose their own leaders. This is a little scary. It's a little scary, But since this is oh so entertaining, Civil War and Thunderdome are upon us all, so let's light up 3 out of 5 Bullsmack bulbs for impeachment. It was an empty, spoon-fed popcorn entertainment that was immediately forgotten about because the hero's motivations were weak and it didn't kill any of the villains in cool ways. I mean, like if you're gonna do it, push them out of the window like Hans Gruber or something. Bullshit. That will be the Bullsmack today, everybody. We thank you for joining us on yet another episode as we build our audience and improve the content we offer our viewers. So, dicks, tits, and everything in between, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, watch another video if you have the time while making dinner, or maybe you're taking a prolonged shit to get away from your whiny, needy family members. We're not going anywhere, so you might as well get out from behind us before you get pooped on. Join us next time as we rate and review everything from fictional entertainment to current events, because current events, for the most part, turn out to be fictional as well. So, we might as well enjoy ourselves as they continue to fuck us around. I'm your host, Jibber Jabber Jared, aka Privilege Mind. So long, everybody. You keep drinking, buddy, because I am going to shotgun you to that fucking wall.